Welcome back to the Business of Becoming. I'm your host, Steffany. Today we're going to be talking about the cost of becoming and the 3 real sacrifices that transformation requires, or demands, really. A lot of people talk about the glow ups, a lot of people talk about the great things, the big contracts, them having 25 new offices or whatnot, but they don't talk about the tax that it requires. They don't talk about the cost that it is to become great, right? And the truth is, most people don't fail to change. They just fail to pay that actual price to become something great. So it costs you something to change. It costs you something to transform and break cycles of inconsistency or just patterns that are just producing the same result when eventually you want to just scale better and scale higher. So avoiding these 3 transformations keeps very smart and capable individuals stuck. So get ready, let's dive in. Drum roll. Sacrifice number 1, comfort. The comfort of familiarity. One of the biggest sacrifices that you need to make in order to transform. I think some of us always think that patterns protect us, but we fail to see that they limit us and they keep us like anchored to a version of us that we shouldn't be anymore. Comfort is a very bad place to be as a business leader. Comfort is a very bad place even in a relationship because you don't want that basic monotone lifestyle for you. And I'm not saying that you want roller coasters up and down every single time, but you definitely want something that is at least moving forward. And even if it's inch by inch getting better, it's getting better. It's not staying the same. It's like being stagnant, because you keep something that's familiar. In business, we keep employees that no longer should be there, but we don't want to lose them because we like to walk into the front desk and see the same person. Familiarity is not a place that you want to lead from. It's not a place that you're going to scale from. And it's not a place where you're going to grow as an individual because you won't push yourself to be better. You will be okay with the same mediocre results in your life. I think our job as leaders is to push people to be the best version of themselves every day, inch by inch. There's always a way for us to be better. There's always a way for us to be an example to somebody else in our lives. If life feels comfortable and constrained, I think like you've let comfort become your ceiling and you've let a limitation hit your life where you're okay. You're okay not growing. At that point, you're like choosing short-term peace over a long-term benefit of growth and health over your life. And I think the biggest thing of comfort and familiarity, is we're scared to have a lot of these tough conversations. And I've said this before in a couple other podcasts, but there's a cost of being comfortable and familiar in your life. There's a cost that, man, you're not going to know it until time has passed you by and you realize that, damn, I should have done better. I should have done more with my life. If you're dating, okay, and you find yourself in a long-term relationship already, you realize that there's no growth in your personal and individual life, and there's not really any growth in their personal and their individual life, please reevaluate yourself. And I'm not saying to break up with that person, but I am saying that there's a cost to being comfortable and having something familiar. And it is way scary to have these tough conversations. And it is way scary to not be with somebody that you already got comfortable with and they know you, they know what side of the bed you like to sleep on, or, they know your coffee order and what makes you happy. And like, you guys have your routine that every Friday night you order in Chinese and you watch the same show and it's like cute, right? But individually, what the hell are you doing with your life? And are you getting better? Are you being pushed? Are you growing? Are you growing spiritually? Are you growing emotionally? Are you maturing? Are you advancing in your social life? Because yes, your partner can help you in your social life as a networking and, with creating good relationship and friendships with other people who are going to pour into you guys. important, very, very important. Do not isolate yourself during a relationship. Are you making them better, and are they helping make you better? You know, are you guys aligning your goals so that you have something to work towards? And you have, financial goals and financial freedom goals, like, or are you just comfortable because they're cute, you're cute, you guys have a great time when you go to the movies, and like, is that enough? It's going to cost you in the future, I promise you. You're going to waste time just having a good time and being comfortable, and it's familiar. We've been together for a long time. My whole family knows them. I know their family. It'll be weird if I bring anybody new. Screw that. You have one life to live, and you have one real chance to leave a legacy. Don't pick a partner who's going to ruin that for you. Pick somebody who's going to make that dream a reality. And once you leave comfort, you get into the next sacrifice. And that sacrifice is the version of you that got you here, or got you to the place that you're in today. They got you to listen to my podcast. I think I've said this a couple times before, but I'm going to say it again because it is important. The version of you that was what had gotten you to this season is not the version of you that's going to sustain you through the next season. And if you're doing the same thing, you're not going to get better results. You're going to get the same results. I mean, I'll tell you right now, my 20s, I told you time and time again, my 20s, it was all about hustle. It was all about going out there, motivating, going crazy, getting claims, getting clients, and just building, scaling. I mean, I scaled hard. And it got me to be financially free, right? And it brought me to a place where I was able to be, completely independent, purchase companies, all this other fun stuff. But I'm in a completely different stage in my life. And that version of me will not survive in this season. That version of me can't even keep myself afloat here. If I went back to that version of myself, I mean, I will continue to stay small because that was great to get me here. But now I have a whole other mess of things that I need to now multiply. So in order for me to be up here, I got to let go of a version of myself. A version of self that I love. A version of myself that I admire. A version of myself that, oddly enough, I don't recognize anymore. And you may not recognize yourself anymore. You look back 10 years, who you were 5-10 years ago. That feels like a lifetime ago. That's how much a season can change you. Comfort exists. Safety exists. And that definitely exists in the better version of you. So the real question is, who or where is that safety for you? That's the questions I'm asking myself even now. And I want you guys to ask yourself that. Like, safety exists. And you don't need to be treading water, and you don't need to be in survival mode. So where is it for you? Is it in your faith? Is it in your square squad? Like I've mentioned to you guys in a couple other episodes. Where is that safety for you? And are you learning to lean on it the right way so that you can let go of a version of yourself that is scared or that is scared to grow up or grow into someone better? So remember, we're talking about the 3 real sacrifices that transformation demands. And if you can't let go of the old version of yourself, then something else sneaks in. And that, my friends, I call the victim narrative. And that is sacrifice number 3, which I think is probably the most important one. Because, my God, do we find ourselves there a lot. It feels protective. It feels like you're trying to explain why someone else needs to change or why the timing isn't right for this. And all that does is that it quietly removes your power. You gotta switch from being that victim and that why me person and blaming the situation rather than taking responsibility for maybe the faults that you have as to why something has not grown. It's a cost to grow. It costs you something to grow. It costs you something to become. And this year, I ain't joking when I'm telling you that I will be the best version of myself. You need to be the best version of yourself in 2026, my dear. And again, the best way I could put it is stop with the why me, and why is this happening to me? And just let's reframe from that victim mentality and really take some responsibility on, what am I asked to become in this season? What am I asked to become in this time frame of my life? Many of us have gone through seasons where, they've been very, very, very skinny cows, meaning that it has been, financially difficult for us. And maybe you should sit back and ask God, like, what am I supposed to learn in this season? How is my faith growing? How is my, how is my walk aligning now to you? And that's for my spiritual listeners. But in reality, like, what are you learning in this season? Because everything that happens in life is meant to teach you something. So what are you going to learn from what's going on in your life? And the moment you stop and you drop that narrative of yourself and of the situation, you start regaining your power again. And you start being able to set your feet on solid ground and really start moving forward. So again, to wrap this up, transformation isn't about adding more things to your life. If anything, it's really about letting things go and giving yourself space and room to grow. Becoming isn't free, but staying the same isn't either. Everything costs you in life. So might as well let it be something that's going to make you better. And I challenge you guys this week, ask yourself, what version of myself am I still protecting? And am I ready to let that person go? And I promise you that transformation is a prize. But it's a prize that will cost you. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in today's episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm actually really, really happy with all of our people who have tuned in. Like, honestly, all of the people who have been loyal fans. Like, I've seen you guys share so many of our videos, and we've seen such an increase in subscribers and all that other fun stuff. So I'm just excited for this year. Once again, thank you so much for listening. It has been such an honor and a pleasure. And honestly, share it to anybody else who you guys think are dealing with something that's similar to this. Thank you guys again for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one.